Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As ladies and gentlemen, we are honing in on the day Bitcoin ETF gets approved. And BlackRock stated that they anticipate this Wednesday for that approval to come through. There's been a lot of speculation over when this approval is likely going to happen. But ladies and gentlemen, we are honing in on a date. And I do anticipate it getting approved. I do not anticipate a denial. And what we're pointing to is a moment where it will be a sell the news style event. But overall, it will be a special event. Because regardless of the immediate impact of the Bitcoin ETF news likely causing a pullback in price, the fundamentals of the potential of how high the price could go afterwards is enormous. And you cannot ignore this. Cathie Wood states we believe the green light by the SEC is going to happen. And they believe it's likely in the next week or so.
So to pry it out of the hands of these long-term holders, now that institutions are going to be given, we believe, the green light by the SEC, we hope and believe the next week, the price that they're going to demand now that this asset is so scarce and the push in from institutions. It won't happen all at once right away. You know, there are lots of boxes to check and so forth. But I think the long-term holders understand there's a big buyer on the way here.
And good Lord, ladies and gentlemen, you don't understand how historic of a moment this actually is for Bitcoin's future and the future of crypto. The amount of liquidity that will be injected because of this product will be enormous. And while I do believe it is a buy the rumor, sell the news event, even billionaires like Chamath Palihapitiya are letting you know that this is the most important year for Bitcoin's history. Narrow down, zone in. Profits are on the way.
This is the most important year for Bitcoin that has ever existed. We are probably days away from a series of ETFs being approved. And so this is the moment for Bitcoin to use that old term, cross the chasm and really see mainstream adoption, where our parents and our grandparents understand what it is, can buy it, and then do buy it. And I think that if all of this comes to pass, Bitcoin will be a part of the traditional financial lexicon by the end of 2024. So that is my most anticipated.
And oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, is it just me? Or while he was speaking, did anyone else hear the words sell on the boomers? Oh, guys, this is so funny. Because despite how true what he's saying is, ultimately getting the older generations into crypto easier is the exit liquidity. Getting the older generations into crypto is us selling on them. I do believe this Bitcoin ETF is a rug pull scenario. And even Anthony Scaramucci gave his concern on the ETF rug pull Gary Gensler is likely going to commit. It doesn't matter because the rest of the world is ready. But just expect any type of scenario to come in the next few days.
And I guess the only thing I'm slightly worried about right now, if you don't want me just sharing this, everybody, is the rug pull from a Gary Gensler. You know, Gary Gensler is Lucy, and you and me, Frank, are Charlie Brown. Okay, we're stepping up to the football, ready to kick the football. Is Gary going to pull the football from the industry again? And here's what I would say to people. It doesn't matter. I mean, maybe it'll matter in the short term. Your portfolio valuation will go down in the short term, but it really doesn't matter in the long term because the momentum is there. The ETPs and the ETFs are building around the world. Hong Kong is obviously getting approval to launch a cash Bitcoin ETF. You've got several of them up in Canada. You've got a few in Europe. And so it really doesn't matter. He's lost several lawsuits. He'll lose the ensuing lawsuit if he does another rug pull, and you'll eventually get it here. So the good news about our country still is a very flat country. We don't really have czars or dictators. If we did, Gary would have his way.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, what's extremely important to point out is that a lot of people throughout all of 2023 were piling into Bitcoin. This was the bottom. But what occurred was this massive uptrend right here at the end of the year is a little overheated because everyone was anticipating an ETF approval. And now we may be in a scenario where the next couple $1,000 increase in Bitcoin is the local top, and we retrace. We have to remember that interest rates are extremely high at the moment. We have to remember that the banking failures like Silicon Valley Bank in 2023 are not over. They're still going on in the background, and the system is cracking. These emergency rate cuts that they've even foreshadowed for 2024 in the recent Fed meeting, they are coming, and they will likely cause a pullback in Bitcoin. We have so many narratives to act as cover for why the stock market and Bitcoin will likely pull back after this immediate short uptrend. We have aliens in Miami, Russia, Ukraine, the Middle East tensions, political unrest in America, China, Taiwan, with China likely moving in on Taiwan this year, potential cyber attack narratives. Will there be attacks on U.S. soil? Who knows? But what I understand is that more likely on the way. North Korea currently is escalating military tensions against South Korea. This could be another factor at play here. And all this lining up as the World Economic Forum's annual meeting is happening just a week from now. Here, the World Economic Forum reveals to all of us what they have in store, what their plans for the world are. And every single one of us need to pay attention. This is the predictive programming. This is their narrative. This is their agenda. And the faster we understand it, the quicker we could take action to prevent whatever's coming from happening. Ladies and gentlemen, all that being said though, the title of this video today is that I'm selling my XRP. And I will be. There will be a point where most people, they're going to try and find a way of misinterpreting what I'm saying right now, and it is what it is. It's the nature of what being on the internet is. But this is very important. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow in my video, I'll be posting my complete XRP exit strategy for the 2024 bull run. My initial first exit point from XRP was supposed to be 5% at approximately $3. However, I will be selling 5% of my XRP at a lower price target, one that I think is actually coming shortly. The over above $1 price target that I actually anticipate is still on the way. You see, what's so interesting is that people get frustrated because maybe we're a week off on some price scenarios, but that week is still coming. That week still arrives. Nobody is going to time anything perfectly with 100% certainty every single time. But we're doing our absolute best, and we've been 100% accurate in 2023. And we still have to wait and see on this immediate short-term uptrend for 2024. But I am on the edge of my seat. I am extremely excited. But as soon as we rise, I do expect a pullback. Whatever narratives they paint, I do see a bearish downturn coming despite the upwards price action that I think is underway. despite the upwards price action that will be imminent. But what I want all of you to prepare for is this. Get your exit strategies in a row. Understand what price levels and what ROI you need to make to achieve your real world goals. Because that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Tomorrow, I'll be presenting to all of you my XRP exit strategy to perfection and why all of those levels work for me. And I genuinely expect all of you to tune in for that, because it will be one of the most helpful videos I think I've ever put out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.